Hello everyone. Today we will start the third chapter of ninth standard, laws of motion. Laws of motion पढ़न तो पहला सानू फोर्स बारे पढ़ना जरूरी हुंदा, सानू फोर्स बारे जानना जरूरी हुंदा, क्योंकि सब तो पहला आपां टाइप्स ऑफ फोर्सेस पढ़नी है. टाइप ऑफ फोर्स, टाइप ऑफ फोर्स तां ही पढ़ांगे जेकर सानू फोर्स दे बारे सानू जानकारी होवे. ते हुण फोर्स की हुंदी आ इहदे बारे शायद तुसीं पहलां जाणदे हो, जे नहीं भी जानते कोई गल नहीं, मैं थोड़ा जिहा आइडिया दिना. पर इहदी आपां एग्जैक्ट स्टेटमेंट जदों आपां अगे सैकेंड लॉ, न्यूटन दे असल च 3 लॉज ने, न्यूटन फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन, न्यूटन सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन एंड न्यूटन थर्ड लॉ ऑफ मोशन. So when we will discuss the second law, then we will define the statement of a force exactly. Till now let me give you the idea of force, what the force is. Suppose when we are applying a force on a body, what happened? Obviously it moves forward. ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੋਡੀ ਤੇ ਫੋਰਸ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਨੂੰ ਮੂਵ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ, ਔਰ we can change the positions, we can say we can change the position of body, or we can say if we have a spring, we can by applying a force we can make it compressed or stretched. So we in the nutshell, force is a push or pull. ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਖਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਧੱਕਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵਾ. force is a push or pull with which we can change the position of the body or shape and size of the body. Shape and size, in one word we can say the configuration of the body. Okay, force is a push or pull which can change the position or the shape and size, or we can say the configuration of the body. Okay, so laws of motion ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੈਪਟਰ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਬੜਾ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਚੈਪਟਰ ਹੈ. It is a building block of your science, or you can say physics. A student of physics must know the laws of motion. Okay, so let us first start with the types of force. Okay, the force is actually broadly divided into two categories. First is contact force and second is a non-contact force. As the name clarifies, contact and non-contact, contact and non-contact, those forces which require a physical contact for their application, they are known as non-contact forces. And those forces which require a physical contact are known as contact forces, and those forces which do not require a physical contact between the bodies for their application, then the forces are known as non-contact force. So ਕਹਿਣ ਦਾ ਭਾਵ ਕਿ ਜੇਕਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੋ ਬੋਡੀ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਫੋਰਸ ਲੱਗੇ, ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਫੋਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਫੋਰਸ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ. ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਫੋਰਸਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਾਨ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਫੋਰਸ ਕਹਾਂਗੇ. ਲੈਟ ਅਸ ਟੇਕ ਐਨ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਟੂ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਅਬਾਊਟ these two. Contact forces. What are contact forces? Let us consider an example of frictional force. Friction force, when two bodies rubs each other, ਜਦੋਂ ਦੋ ਬੋਡੀ ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਬ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ, so obviously there is a friction. There will not be any friction without touching. So frictional force can be considered as a contact force. Or we can say there are a number of examples for contact force, frictional force, normal reaction force, normal reaction force. But what about non-contact forces? Non-contact forces are those forces which do not require a physical contact between the bodies to be for the application of these types of forces. For example, when we have magnet, suppose this is a magnet of north south pole and this is a magnet of same magnets are there. When you will bring these two close to each other, obviously they will attract, or
if you bring the same poles towards each other, like poles, these poles are known as unlike poles, and these poles are known as like poles. ओके मतलब इक्को जे पोल आप जो लागे लेके आवांगे तो इन्हें की करना है, रिपेल करना. सो हियर we do not require any physical contact between the magnets, so this is known as a non-contact force. Okay, another is this force is actually known as a magnetic force. Okay, magnetic. Another example is electrostatic force. In electrostatic force there are two charges, they can be of positive or they can be of a negative nature. So when we bring two charges of same nature, obviously they repel, and when we bring two charges close to each other of opposite nature, they attract each other. So here we do not require a physical contact between the charges, and the force take place. So hence the magnetic and electrostatic forces are non-contact forces, we can see. Okay, another example is gravitational force. Gravitational force means, suppose I am going to drop this pen from a certain height. This will be attracted by the earth, but when it will be in the air, when I will drop this pen, while it was in air, there was no any contact between the surface and the pen. Hence this comes under the category of a non-contact force. Okay, so we have discussed about the contact and non-contact forces. Contact forces are those forces which require a physical contact between the bodies, and non-contact forces are the forces experienced by a body even without being physically touched, are known as non-contact forces, or in other words we can say force at a distance. Okay. There are some points to remember about the non-contact forces. First point is, we have considered three examples for non-contact force. First is gravitational force, another is magnetic force, and third one is electrostatic force. Keep in mind, gravitational force is always attractive, whereas magnetic force can be attractive or repulsive, and electrostatic force can also be attractive or can be repulsive. Okay, so कहने का भाव है कि ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स होंगी है ना, जी अर्थ द्वारा लगती है, वो हमेशा ही अट्रैक्टिव होंगी है, अट्रैक्ट ही करती है. जी मैगनैटिक ते इलैक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स आ, ये अट्रैक्ट भी करदियां वा ते रिपेल भी करदियां ने. अंडरस्टैंड. अनदर थिंग इज the non-contact forces always vary as a square reciprocal of the square of the distance. Okay, मतलब जिन्ना distance bodies ਦੇ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਵਧਦਾ ਜਾਊਗਾ forces ਉਨੀਆਂ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ. Understand? This is all about your types of forces, that is contact and non-contact force. In the next videos we will discuss about the Newton's laws of motion, first, second and third, also the Newton's law of gravitation. So try to understand these concepts deeply. If you will have any doubt or any problem, you can ask me. I will help you to solve your problems. Okay, till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.